A Nigerian woman boarded a flight from Canada to Lagos carrying a brown envelope filled with cash. She wasn't traveling for a wedding, no, not for funeral or even for a holiday. She had come to Nigeria for one reason: to return a bride price her husband's family had paid years earlier on her head. She believed that once the money was accepted by the in-law, she would finally be free. But every time she traveled from Lagos to her husband's village in the east, she found the gate locked. The compound was empty, completely silent. It was as if they already knew that she was coming to the village right from the time she left Lagos. She later discovered the truth of why this thing is happening to her. Her husband in Canada was the one that was calling ahead to instruct his parents to reject the money, not to collect the bride price from her. He wasn't trying to save the marriage. He was only trying to keep her legally and traditionally bound to him. Then the unthinkable thing happened one day. On one of these desperate trips to the village, she was involved in a horrific road accident. Most people would have seen this as a sign to stop, as a bad omen. But our sister, determined, she didn't, because she knew the consequences if the bride price is not returned back to the in-law in the village. Welcome back to African Black Gold TV. Today, we explore a story of control, tradition, and the high price of freedom that our people face in Obodo Oyibo. Just imagine trying to end a marriage only for you to discover that someone is doing everything possible to stop you from scattering, from stopping that marriage. Our sister Dupe's journey didn't start with conflict. It started with a mother's sacrifice. Her mother sacrificed a lot for her when she was in Nigeria. After her university, when job was scarce, Auntie Dupe worked in her mother's drink business on Lagos Island. Her mother saved every single kobo for her just to sponsor her to Canada for her master's degree program, believing that education was the only key to a better life. Before our sister left for Canada, Dupe met Osaro. They were into relationship together. Mwah, 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 kiss, 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 kiss. But distance didn't break the two of them when she left for Canada. For years, while she was in Canada, both of them maintained a relationship across thousands of kilometers away. But when Dupe finally secured a permanent residence in Canada, she didn't hesitate to. She returned straight to Nigeria for Osaro. They had a traditional wedding. The bride price was paid. Months after she went back to Canada, then she filed in his paper. Osaro joined her in Canada. Not too long, both of them welcomed a beautiful daughter. From the outside, they were the perfect jackpot success story. But nobody knew that their house was on fire. At first, small arguments started over bills, and the pressure of the new country set in as well to Osaro. But Auntie Dupe claimed that one argument one day crossed the line into physical violence, whereby she had blue eye because Osaro gave her a lot of basbos. But then she still stayed in that marriage, hoping that one day that our brother will repent, because she said she believed in marriage institution. But when the physical thing got again, she later involved elders and pastors in the Nigerian community. These people, they mediated, then peace returned back for just few weeks. And after that, things repeat itself again. Basbo started again. Pa, 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 pa. After all this, Auntie Dupe now realized a hard truth. She was protecting a dream that had become a nightmare. For the safety of her daughter and her own sanity, she ended the relationship. But in our culture, walking out of the house isn't the same thing as being divorced. To Dupe, tradition matters a lot to her. She wanted to return the bride price, so that both families could officially move on with their life. So she needs to go back to Nigeria to go and give the in-law the bride price, the one that they paid on her head. But she was waiting then for her Canadian passport to come outside. After she got it, she quietly moved back to Nigeria and her parents together, they now traveled to her husband's village. That was in the eastern part of Nigeria. But when they got there, they met the gate under lock and key. The place was silent. They couldn't get in. They didn't even see anyone. To Dupe, when she was telling me this story, she believed that Osaro was the one that was using tradition to keep her tied to the marriage. She says he told his parents not to accept the bride price, knowing fully well that as long as it remained unpaid, many people back home in Nigeria will still think that they are still husband and wife. And Tidupe also believed that she could not marry any man until the bride price had been returned back to the in-law. In the husband culture, people believe that ignoring that tradition could bring serious consequences for both the woman and any children from a new marriage. And Tidupe now determined. She determined that she need to pay this bride price back to the in-law. So she tried again. This is where the story now takes a dark turn. On our way to the village to return the bride price to the in-law, her vehicle was involved in a serious accident. She ended up in a hospital bed. Even though when the news got to the in-law that this lady was injured, they were even unreachable. They didn't get back to this, our sister Dupe. After she recovered, Auntie Dupe was introduced to an elder relative who had become the family's father figure after Osaro's dad passed away a few years ago. This elder man is also one of the witnesses at the traditional wedding. This time, this man agreed to listen to Dupe's story. Then he accepted the envelope from her. To many people, it was just cash, but to Dupe, it was the receipt of her freedom. While she was finally closing one chapter of her life, Osaro was about to face a very different challenge back in Canada. We're going to get back to that story before the end of this story today. When Dupe returned to Canada, she knew she had to move on with her life. She later updated the Canadian authority about her new marriage status. Since Osaro had not yet become a permanent resident, his immigration status was still linked to the marriage. The decision immediately put his future in Canada at risk. Almost overnight, her phone started ringing. Family members who had remained silent during the gbas were now calling, begging her for forgiveness and at the same time ask her to please give him another chance. Some people even accused her of trying to destroy Osaro's life in Canada. But Auntie Dupe saw it differently. She said she wasn't trying to punish anyone. She was simply telling the Canadian government the truth about her marital status, just as she had already told both families. By then, Osaro had hired a lawyer, not to save the marriage, but to try to save his immigration status after Canadian immigration officer invited him for a new interview. I even asked Auntie Dupe that day if she would consider taking him back, but her answer was simple, no. Egbon, I'm not going back. As always on this platform, we've shared Dupe's side of the story. If Osaro would like to tell us his own side, our platform is open to him. He can contact us through the link in the description or via the WhatsApp number on your screen. And if you have your own true story that you want to share with AfricanBlackGoldTV, we'd love to hear from you. You can reach us using the same link in the description or the WhatsApp number that displays on your screen. This same story divides opinion. Some see a man whose life was ruined by a bitter ex-wife. Others see a woman who was pushed to the brink and used the only tools she had to protect her future. A marriage cannot be held together by immigration paper or a rejected bride price. When respect is gone, the foundation is gone. We are sharing Auntie Dupe's account to highlight a growing issue in the diaspora, the use of culture and status as a means of control. My brother, my sister, I want to hear from you guys. Did Dupe go too far to report the separation to the authority, knowing fully well the immigration consequences that will happen to Brother Osaro? Or was he right to close every door that kept her tied to the past? Share your thoughts respectively below, please. If this story gives you a new perspective, hit the like button and subscribe to African Black Gold TV for more. Thank you for watching. God bless you guys, and I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.